So we'll start nice and easy for Monday morning. We'll be going through some movement as usual, trying to do just what we can, just trying to have a bit of fun, just getting things moving after the weekend. I think it's been quite a good weekend, maybe some walking if you've been going out there, beautiful weather. So we'll try to get a bit of a stretch from that. I don't know if you've got maybe sore legs or whatnot, but what's good, we're going to be doing a bit of shoulder work, trying to open up the chest. So chest is quite important because that's where you have your lungs and heart, and very good to open up so that you can come with a bit more of a sense of compassion and gratitude, which is always a good thing, a good way to approach life for many different reasons and in different aspects of your life. So just let's get started with any movement of wrists whilst we just do the little introduction. So you can clasp your hands, wrist, and just rotate one way or the other way, or have a stretch, whatever feels good. Maybe just sort of kink one wrist, the other. Maybe also grabbing your fingers, put it down so that just like if you wanted to push your palm with a heel up forward. So you'd be feeling a good stretch onto the inside of the arm. You can also get from underneath your thumb so that you get into the thumb, a bit of a different stretch. So as usual, we try to do just about what you can. We're going to be exploring range of motion in the body. Maybe stretching your arms overhead, already getting a little bit into the shoulders. So as we expand, we stretch the shoulders with some back bends and shoulder work. We really open up in the front of the body here, the chest, so allowing for a bit of a deeper breathing. So breathing obviously is really important. This is life, because this is how you take oxygen in your body for all your systems, organs, muscles, but also brain, very important. So especially important in the morning when you've been sleeping, to start drinking a little bit so that you hydrate your brain, because when you go to bed, I mean, unless you, some people sleep with a bottle by their bed because they drink overnight. I don't, I just sleep. So you'd have a good 8 hours or whatever of no hydration in the brain. So it's very important in the morning to drink some water so you start hydrating the brain. And without further ado, we'll start with the breath so that you get the oxygen, so everything starts to get moving. So you can close your eyes for a moment, maybe shaking your arms, your wrists one more time before we get into it. You can keep your palms open to the sky, rested on your lap, and just close your eyes for a moment, just really starting to connect with the breath if you haven't already, taking that time, a little moment of stillness to feel your breath. So just notice how you feel after the weekend, start of the week. Shorter breath or deeper breath, whatever it might be for you at this moment. So the importance of connecting with your body, with your mind, is so that you check your state, physical, mental, emotional, so that you can adjust your practice depending on how you feel. You might be feeling a bit tired in the legs if you've done a lot of walking or garden work, whatever it might be. So make sure you adjust the practice. As usual, what's important is to get some movement. You don't have to utilize the whole range of movements. What's good is to just explore and breathe deeply. As you go through some moves with the breath, you just get the blood the energy flowing in those different parts. There's no need to go too far. Always trying to resist the temptation to do like Instagram pics. We'll open up the practice with our traditional Om chant, 3 rounds, reconnect at a deeper level, maybe setting an intention for your practice, whether you just want to relax, get a good start of the week, get a bit of exercise, and be offering some options to maybe go further, maybe gain flexibility, whatever it might be. Start to really feel that. And we get into our Om chant, exhaling out the nostrils to empty the lungs. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Set your intention and repeat it 3 times once you've got your intention, so that you will practice your intention with attention. Taking a deep breath in through the nostrils into your chest, out your nose, in, out, gently opening your eyes, and you can come to a stand. So we're going to get going with our movement, nice and slow, standing at the top of the mat. So we'll go through some easy Vinyasas. So we warm up the body and we gradually build up on the practice. So as usual, again, since we're not really having a proper human interaction, I can't really see what people are doing. You're on your own at home, so it's probably even more important that you really, as I mentioned before, connect deep with whatever you feel, you know, shoulder, hip, muscles, whatever, so that you don't strain and you don't injure yourself. So we'll start nice and easy, and whenever you feel that the vinyasas or the moves are enough for you, you don't have to go any further. You just do what you can, making sure that you don't lose the breath, as always, not compromising the breath. So starting top of the feet, top of the mat together, feet together, and shoulders are relaxed. Just standing tall for a moment, trying to feel that grounding in your feet. So you're going to be needing a bit of grounding, maybe for some poses, balancing poses. Bringing your hands at your heart center. Just feeling for a moment that breath, noticing the inhale, that the spine sort of wants to grow tall, lifting the chest, activating the core muscles, and as you exhale, just letting the shoulder blades relax into the back, softening, feeling a bit more of this grounding effect into all four corners of your feet. Nice and easy. We'll start with our Vinyasas. As you inhale, you can start to stretch your arms up, maybe looking up if you don't have any neck issues. Opening your arms as you exhale, nice and slow, you can start to fold forwards, bending into your knees at the start until you get warm. Back is flat as much as possible, fingertips to the floor. Stepping your right leg back, far back, you drop your knee, point your toes, and you can start to look up. So you notice when you look up, you're pushing your hips down. So we start stretching into the groin, hamstring, hip flexor. Looking up also is very important. We work on the spine, the nervous system, so very good to start activating that nervous system so that you don't jar the nervous system when you go into deeper pose. Releasing, planting your hands, so carefully planting your hands, so your index finger should be pointing forward, parallel to each other, and you can step back. If this is too much, you can already bring your knees down, otherwise holding your plank for a moment. Just making sure that you have your wrists over your shoulders, so you don't want to be in a sort of half down dog. This is the plank position, and you want to make sure that you protract your shoulders, so you bring your shoulders back towards your hips, and you want to sort of tuck your tailbone a bit. So Instagram, often you see some really good body showing. This is not really what we want to do, so you want to really activate your core, protract your shoulders, which means pushing your shoulder blades up to the sky, so you have a slight rounding into the upper back, activating your core, and then as you exhale, releasing knees, chest, forehead. So you start, now you can arch into your lower back, so very good again to get into the whole spine as you come with your body weight onto your shoulders, bending into your elbows. So you bring your chest, forehead if you can, so that you start activating the spine onto the upper part of the body, releasing all the way down onto your abdomen. Point your toes, nice and slow as you inhale. You can peel your heart off, working with your back muscles, nice and slow. You release, tuck your toes under, pushing onto your hands. So again, your hands should be already in position for your down dog with your index finger pointing forward. Index are parallel to each other, and your fingers should be nice and spread so you can get into your down dog. First one will stay there for a moment, nice and easy. Maybe walking your dog, moving your hips from side to side, anything that feels good, but really you want to be lengthening from your index finger through the arm, through the shoulder, pushing your hips towards the sky. So maybe if you want to feel that a little bit more, you can bend into your knees. This is maybe sometimes a little bit easier to really feel the push from your hands all the way to the hips. So you push your hips behind you and up, and then you can start to push onto your feet a little bit more so that you keep reaching back with your hips. And now up a little bit more to the sky, so you don't have to straighten your legs. Don't worry, it might come later, or maybe in a few weeks, maybe in a few months. There's no need to push the body too much. Just getting that stretch, connecting to your Ujjayi breath. So if you haven't yet, Ujjayi breath is the oceanic breath where you have a slight constriction into the back of the throat. So breathing in through the nose, little noise into the back of the throat, and same as you breathe out the nose, trying to keep your inhales and exhale the same length. You can keep that breath going throughout the practice to keep that as a guide. Nice and slowly, next inhale you can look forward, bending into your knees, and you can step your right foot forward, right between your hands, relaxing the back leg, reaching your arms up. See if you can keep your lower ribs in, sinking the hips down, relaxing into the shoulders. Slowly as you exhale, you release, stepping forward. So we're trying to keep one breath, one movement, maybe bending into your knees as we're still warming up. Inhaling, rolling your spine up. You come all the way up, hands together. Exhale, you release. Now opening your arms out as you inhale, just like a cactus position, 90-degree angle. So you start opening into the chest, drawing the shoulder blades together, maybe looking up. Exhale, you release, hands back down to your heart. Inhale, reach up. So we're still going nice and easy, opening your arms, and you can start diving forward, hinging at the hip level, still bending into the knees, trying to keep the spine nice and straight. So we take the other side, left leg back. You drop your knee, back leg is completely relaxed, fingertips on the floor, look up. So you should be feeling good stretch into your hamstring, hip flexor. Slowly you release, again carefully placing your hands so that you're ready for your down dog already. Your hands shouldn't be moving, nice and strong, so you push your hands into the earth for your chaturanga plank position, protracting the shoulders as much as possible, rounding into the back. You activate your core muscles. As you exhale, knees, chest, forehead. So very important to try to arch the lower back, keeping the elbows off the floor, close to the body, releasing all the way down. You point your toes, using your back muscles. You can start lifting up, only going as far as comfortable for your own back. Very good, nice and slow, you release, tuck your toes under, push back, down dog. You should be feeling already a little bit warmer. We're going to warm up a little bit more, still going with your breath. So as usual, we're using the breath, one movement. So if your wrists are a little bit sore, or if this is too much, you can always bring your knees down at any time. Otherwise, you're going to start to get into it a little bit more seriously. As you inhale, you can come forward over your wrists for your chaturanga. And as you exhale, you can start to lower down. So again, you can bring your knees down, or if you can start going a bit further in a push-up manner, you can start to come down, releasing all the way down. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, you release. Tuck your toes under, maybe pushing all the way back to high push-up position. Exhale to your down dog. Inhale, you come forward. Exhale, lowering down, releasing the toes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, push. Exhale, back. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, release. Inhale, push up. Exhale, stretch back. Ooh. That's a bit of a warm up. Inhaling, left leg forwards, releasing the back leg, lifting your arms up. Exhale, you release, stepping forwards, maybe still a soft bend into your knees to rise all the way up, pushing your feet into the earth. Exhale, you release. Getting a bit warmer. Let's keep going. Again, as you inhale, you can cactus your arms, stretching into the chest. So see if you can start arching back a little bit more, maybe looking up if you feel ready. Exhale, you release, coming back. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Again, if you still need to keep your knees bent, keep it bent. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Spine is nice and straight as much as possible. Exhale, you fold. Right leg back, drop your knee, inhale your arms up just like we did before. As you exhale, you're going to cactus your arms, opening into the chest, maybe getting a slight arch into the back, maybe not too much just yet, we're still maybe warming up. Inhale, reach your arms up, exhale, you release, plant your hands, and I'm going to go through Vinyasa, tuck your toes, stretch back. Again, Vinyasa of your choice. If you need to bring your knees down, you bring your knees down, otherwise lowering all the way down. Releasing your toes, moving into your cobra. You can start, if you feel ready, to press your hands into the floor, straightening your elbows, relaxing into the shoulders. Maybe looking up, lower back is relaxed. Exhale, you release, tuck your toes, stretch back, down dog. Inhaling, right leg up. See if you can keep your legs straight, nice and strong on your hands, lengthening from your index finger all the way to that right heel. Hips are nice and squared. As you exhale, knee to chest, stepping forward, so all control movement using your core muscles. Dropping your back knee, Inhaling your arms up. And now this time as you exhale, you're gonna twist to the right. So right hand back, left hand forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. Stepping to the top of the mat. Lengthening into the spine, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. As you inhale, exhale, you fold, forehead towards your shins. Again, knees are bent as much as needed. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, release. Oh, and we keep going. Inhale, just like we did before, cactus your arms. See if you can go a little bit further. Just notice the differences in the rounds. Inhale, you release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. We do it all on the other side. Inhaling, left leg back. Reaching your arms up. Again, as you exhale, you can cactus your arms, maybe arching into the spine a bit more. So see if you can push your heart forward, but at the same time you want to lift your heart, trying to keep the lower ribs in. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, you release. Plant your hands. Vinyasa of your choice. From your chaturanga, lowering all the way down. So keep protracting your shoulders as much as possible. And you can go for cobra or up dog if you feel ready to go a bit further. Just keeping the thighs lifted up. Exhale, you reach back, down dog. Very good. Keep going. Left leg as you inhale. So see if you can keep reaching back with your heel, keeping your hips nice and square, pressing on your hands. Nice and slow as you exhale, using your core muscles, knee to chest, rounding your spine coming forward, and you step all the way between your hands. Drop your knee, reaching your arms up on the inhale. As you exhale, you open out to the left. One breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, stepping forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening into the spine, lengthening into the legs. Exhale, you fold, forehand working towards the shins. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms together. Exhale, you release. Taking a pause for a moment. So we're warming up a little bit. Yes, getting ready. We'll keep going, building up onto it. Again, as usual, if you want to just do the easy versions, knee on the floor is always an option. Just do what you can and we get ready. Going again. Opening your eyes as you inhale, you stretch your arms up. Maybe you can start to arch a little bit more if you feel ready. Arching into the spine. Exhale, folding forward. Maybe keeping your legs straight now if that's comfortable. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Stepping your right leg back. Now this time you can keep your knee off the floor. So take a moment here to really get grounded on your feet. So you're still onto your fingertips. You want to really anchor your left heel down. You're onto the ball of your foot. So keep your right heel as high as possible, energizing that leg. So you want to try to keep your hips as squared as possible. So as you energize that back leg, ideally stay straight. You can reach your right hip slightly forward. Nice and strong. Once you've got that, as you inhale, you can push onto your front heel, rising up for high lunge, reaching your arms up. Again, if this is too much, you can bend into your back knee or even drop your back knee down. Otherwise, trying to keep your leg as straight as possible, bending into your front knee. So you're working towards bringing your leg parallel to the floor. Shoulders are relaxed. Again, see if you can keep your ribs in. So you want to be thinking of just like if you wanted to tuck your tailbone in, keeping the ribs in so that you feel that lift in the shoulders, but shoulders are relaxed. Nice and slow as you exhale, you release. Again, carefully placing your hands, stretching back, chaturanga. Lowering all the way down as you exhale. You can always bring your knees down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, stretching back, down dog. Inhaling right leg. Again, nice and slow as you exhale. You want to control your movement, knee to chest, coming forward, and you step your foot right between your hands, keeping your left hand on the floor. Inhaling, right arm up, we go into a twist. Again, you want to be lengthening your left leg back, all the way to the crown of the head, so lengthening into the spine, into your twists. We're just taking a couple of breaths here, making sure that you're not pushing your hips out to the right, trying to keep your right knee right above the ankle. Nice and slow as you exhale, releasing right hand to the floor, stepping forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Palms together. Exhale. Now, Utkatasana, bending into your knees, chair pose. So see if you can bend into your knees so much so that you can brush the floor with your fingertips, keeping that bend into your knees. You reach your arms up, shoulders are relaxed. As you exhale, you release. Inhale, lengthening into the legs, the spine. Exhale, you fold. Left leg back. So again, taking a moment here to really ground and set a good foundation for your high lunge into your legs. Nice and strong. Once you've got this, you can inhale, rising up. Again, see if you can keep your chest to elevate as you keep your ribs in, but relax into the shoulder blades. Maybe bending a bit more into your front knee, back leg is nice and strong. One more breath. And as you exhale, you release. Planting your hands. Going through your vinyasa of your choice. One breath, one movement. Exhale, stretch back. Adho Svanasana. Inhaling, left leg up. Slow control movements. As you exhale to step forward. Keeping your right hand into the earth. Lifting your left arm up as you inhale to go into your twist. So you want to be sort of pushing your right shoulder maybe slightly forward. Left shoulder on top. So you stack your shoulders over your right wrists and you keep reaching back with your right heel forward with the crown of the head, and just feel how it works in the body. Maybe it feels a little bit different in the hips on that side. Just notice the differences. One more breath. As you exhale, you release, stepping forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms together. Exhale, you release. So we're going to keep going, maybe going a bit further, quicker with the pace. See how you go. Utkatasana, bending into your knees. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. You can plant your hands, walking back or jumping back, going through a vinyasa, lowering all the way down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, stretch back, down dog. Bending into your knees, looking forward. You can walk or jump to the top of the mat. Lengthening into the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale. Very good. Just one little one to make sure that you're nice and warm before we get going. Inhale, just like we did before. You can cactus your arms. See if that works a little bit better. Maybe arching back a little bit more, looking back. Inhale, coming back. Utkatasana, bending into your knees. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Stepping your right leg back. Inhale, your arms up. Nice and slow, we're going to start coming forward. So again, strong foundation into your legs. Once you've got that, you can release your arms as you exhale and you reach your fingertips back. Arrowhead, reaching forward with the chest, lengthening from your back hip. So again, you really want to push onto your toes, lifting the heel, reaching forward with your heart. Deep breathing, staying there for a moment, just really feeling into the body, feeling into maybe the front leg. Nice and strong, we keep going. You can keep smiling. Maybe reaching your arms forward. And see if you can start leaning forward a little bit more. So again, pushing onto your back foot, coming further forward, further, until you can lift your back leg. See if you can keep your hips nice and squared. So we're moving into a balancing pose. Warrior 3, if this is too much, you can keep your arms out to the side. That's a now harder version, but initially it helps to reach forward to come into position. You can keep a soft bend into your standing leg, and then you start working towards straightening your leg, dropping your right hip down as much as possible, and just balancing with your arm. That's always good fun. Don't worry if you fall off. Nice and slow, you can start to release hands towards the floor. Fingertips on the floor. Again, you can rebend into your standing leg and see if you can reach back with your right heel and up, trying to make sure that your hip is nice and squared. Slowly releasing right leg to meet the left. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Palms together. Releasing back down to your heart. Inhale, cactus your arms again, arching back. See if you can go maybe a bit further, looking behind you. Exhale, release. Utkatasana, bending into your knees as you inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Left leg back this time, rising up nice and strong. Once you've got your foundation, slowly you can start moving forward. Reaching back with your fingertips towards your heel, nice and high onto the ball of your back foot, bending your front knee as much as comfortable. If you want to smile a little bit more, you bend your knee a little bit more. It will burn a little bit into the leg, that's always good. Reaching forward with the crown of the head. A few more breaths here, making sure that you're nice and anchored onto that front foot. You can start to reach your arms forward and see if you can just think of really lengthening your arms all the way from the back heel. Lengthen, 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 reach forward so that you can come onto that standing leg. Soft bend into your knee or straight leg, your choice. Arms forward, but make sure that you drop your left hips, or hips being parallel to the floor is going to stretch more into the back of the leg, which is what we want. One more breath, again adjusting with your arms depending on your balance and your strength. Nice and slow, hands to the floor, keeping your hips nice and squared. You reach back and up with your left leg. Starting to work your forehead towards your shin. Slowly releasing. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Palms together. Exhale. We're going to build up a bit onto this sequence. Bending into your knees, Utkatasana, reaching your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold, you step your right leg back. Rising up, nice and strong, reaching your arms up. As you exhale, moving forward. Maybe you can inhale your arms forward, moving into your standing splits, your version. Do what you can, don't worry if you fall off. Just smile, it's all good fun. Nice and slow, you can release your hands to the floor. Stepping your right leg back, far back, planting your hands, and you can go through Vinyasa of your choice. Remember, you can always skip the Vinyasas if you feel this is too much. Look up. Exhale, stretch back. Inhaling, right leg up. And you can bend your knees, stack your hips to open up a little bit more, keeping your shoulders nice and squared. As you exhale, you step forward, right between your hands. Inhaling, right arm up, coming into a twist. Exhale, you release, stepping forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale. And again, Utkatasana, bending into your knees. Inhale, your arms up. Now this time, pressing your palms together and see if you can open out to the side, right side as you exhale. Inhale, palms together. Center. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you fold. Left leg back. Again, nice and strong. Rising up. The exhale, you can come forward, reaching your fingertips back. Arrowhead. Inhale, reaching your arms forward. Come forward, nice and strong. Still smiling, hopefully. Yes. Slowly releasing, hands onto the floor. Stepping back. Plant your hands. Chaturanga, going through your Vinyasa. One breath, one movement. Keep protracting your shoulders. Nice and strong on your hands. Exhale, stretch back. Down dog. Inhale, left leg. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Making sure you keep your shoulders nice and squared so that you feel more stretch onto the side of the body. And as you exhale, all control movement, you step forward between your hands. Inhaling, left arm up. Exhale, you release. Stepping forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fall. Inhale, rising all the way up, hands together. Exhale. Whew. How's that? So we keep going, building up a bit onto it. Nothing too crazy, just simple, but maybe getting a bit of pace. As you inhale, Utkatasana, reaching your arms up. Now this time, see if you can keep your palms together. And as you exhale, you just slash it out to the right. Inhale, back to center, keep the knees bent. Exhale, slash it to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, right leg back. Same sequence, we're just building up onto it. Exhale, moving forward. Now it should be easy with the legs, you know what to do. Inhaling, reaching forward. Standing splits. Maybe adjusting your position a little bit better. Exhale, releasing hands to the floor. See if you can reach your right leg a little bit further up to the sky. Slowly step all the way back. Vinyasa. One breath, one movement. Inhaling, right leg up from your down dog. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Exhale, stepping forward right between your hands. You can take your twist. Exhale, you release, and now this time, as you inhale, we're gonna windmill the arms up, opening up into warrior two. So you spin your back heel down, back heel 90-degree angle. Relaxing into your arms. Flipping your front hand, keep the bend into your front knee, and we reverse. Stretching into the whole right side of the body. Keep reaching up and back with your arm as much as possible. Exhale, nice and slow, windmill your arms all the way down, stepping forward. Lengthening into the spine. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Very good effort. Exhale, you release. Same sequence. Inhale, Utkatasana, reaching your arms up. See if you can keep your arms nice and straight, palms together. And as you exhale to the right, keeping your knees squared. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, nice and strong. Stepping your left leg back. Keep working with the breath. Keep in alignment as much as possible. Keep having fun. That's coming forward. Slowly releasing, hands to the floor. See if you can reach maybe a little bit higher with your foot before you step it all the way back. Planting your hands, going through your Vinyasa. One breath, one movement. Notice if you are maybe starting to puff out. Just trying to do what you can. Maybe pushing a little bit more, inhaling, bending into your knee. We're almost there, just a little bit more to go. Exhale, stepping forward, taking your twist. Maybe you notice you can go a bit further as you're a bit warmer. Exhale, you release. Inhaling, right arm up. Windmill your arms up for your warrior two. Shoulders are relaxed. Bend into your front knee. You reverse. Slowly releasing. Windmill your hands, step forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. You can bend into your knees, bringing your feet up, out to the side with your toes pointing out. We're going to take Malasana. So you can start to bend into your knees, bring your hips as low as possible. So if you need to stay there, that's fine, you can stay there. Even maybe resting your elbows on your thighs, knees, or if you can go further to release your bum towards the floor, palms together, and bring your elbows to the inside of the knees, just to take a little break for a moment. Maybe catching your breath. Still going with your Ujjayi breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. So lengthening into the spine as you inhale. Softening as you exhale. You can even close your eyes. Just taking a moment here to really feel into the body, feel the breath. Catching your breath, notice the heart rate. Notice how you feel in the body. Maybe you can notice how you react to different poses, different challenges, especially with the balance. And then slowly opening your eyes. Releasing your hands to the floor, we're coming back into a forward fold, so you can heel to your feet back to hip width distance apart. And as you inhale, you can pick up your right leg. And you can place your foot on the, or your ankle on the knee, keep flexing your toes. You can bring your hands to your hips. See if you can keep your hips nice and squared as much as possible, and you want to be bringing your right knee out towards the back. So again, trying to keep your hips nice and squared. So feel the opening into the right hip. Inhaling, you can bring your arms up. And as you exhale, keep opening into your hip, keep flexing your toes. You can bend into your front knee. See if you can sink your hips as low as possible. Keep reaching your arms up. Nice and slow, you can release. Getting hold of your big toe, or just your knee if that's too much, with your right hand, left hand onto your hip. And as you come up, you can start to stand up and to extend your right leg out to the side. So moving into, yes, very good. So you can keep your knee bent, so easy version, you get hold of your knee, or if you can, you extend your leg all the way out. If you can keep going further, extending your arm out to the side. Nice and strong, keep going, one more breath. Very slowly you can start to release, so bending into your knee, you're going to place the sole of the right foot onto the inside of your right leg for a tree pose. Maybe inhaling your arms up, palms together, and if you feel you can go further, like we did before, maybe you can cactus your arms and see if you can get maybe a slight arch into your back, maybe even looking up into your tree pose. A little bit of a challenge. Nice and slow, inhaling, you can come back, maybe helping your knee to come back. See if you can keep your foot off the floor, and we move straight away into aeroplane pose, your version. Maybe your arms are forward, your choice. Nice and slow, you release, hands to the floor, again standing splits, maybe lifting up a little bit more before we step all the way back. Planting your right hand, we take a twist, left arm up. Now a little bit of a challenge, if you can go for it. Maybe keeping your left arm up, we're going to come into Vashisthasana, side plank. So easy version is that you just keep your left foot to the side of your hips, rolling onto the outside edge of your right foot, or if you can go further, stacking your feet completely, lifting your left arm, nice and strong. So keep lifting your hips, so you don't want to be collapsing into your hips. You keep pushing up, maybe lifting your left leg, bending into your knee. You can place your foot right behind you, and you push onto the outside edge of your right foot so that you push your hips up, reach forward with your left hand, arching into your spine, and see if you can drop your head to look forward. Nice and good fun. Slowly coming back, use your core, planting your left hand, and you can go through your vinyasa. One breath, one movement. Whew. Inhaling, right leg up. We keep moving. Exhale, nice control movement, stepping forward. We're coming up into warrior two. Flipping your front palm, your reverse. Keeping into your front knee. As you inhale, straightening your front leg, we're moving into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So as you exhale, you start reaching forward with your right hand. Reach forward, forward, forward. So you should be feeling the bend onto the crease of the hip. Keeping the leg straight, activating your quadricep. Only going as far down as comfortable so that you can keep your leg straight. So if you're all the way here, that's fine. Keeping your hand to dangle if you're not reaching the floor. Otherwise, you can be onto your fingertips or hand flapped. If you want to go further, you have a little bit more, you can maybe take a half pint, so you might need to lift a little bit so that you create some space between your ribs and thigh, and maybe you can get hold of the front thigh if that's available. Going back into it as you exhale. So the aim here is to really open up into the shoulder, the chest. If you need to keep your arm up, that's fine. But what you want to be doing here is to really reach the crown of the head forward. Spine is nice and straight as much as possible. We're taking one more breath there, and we're going to be moving into Ardha Chandrasana. So whichever option you have, maybe keeping your bind, you can bend into your front knee, looking forward, placing your fingertips in front of your foot, maybe hopping your leg, or just stepping all in one go into your version of the half moon pose. So just notice what happens, how you react to maybe any fall. Just smile, play, come back into it, but keep reaching your left foot back as much as possible. So energizing that back leg is what's going to help you. Maybe soften into your standing leg. Whoopsie. Stretching your leg if you can. Nice and slow, you're going to unwind if you've been into a half bind. And you can release both hands to the floor. We're back into standing splits. Realigning the hips, reaching that leg up. Nice and slow, you release. Inhale, lengthen halfway lift, and you can spread your feet again, hip width distance apart, a little bit more than hip width actually. Toes out so that we move into Manasana. One more time, just a few breaths here. Lengthening into the spine, so you might be feeling it into the hips. It's a little bit of a release as well. Really good. Beautiful. Hope you're still smiling. There's still one more side to go. Slowly releasing. Again, you heel toe your feet, hip width distance apart, keeping your feet parallel. As you inhale, coming up, you pick up your left leg. Number 4 shape. Hands onto your hips. So again, you want to make sure that you keep your hips squared to the front of the mat, but you want to keep bringing that knee back so you open into the hip. So you should be feeling good stretch onto the inside of the leg. So you'll notice that if you push a bit too much, your hips want to rotate. So keep pushing that left hip forward and at the same time the knee back. Inhaling your arms up. So see if you can keep that position with your hips. Flexing your toes to protect your knee, and then you can start bending into your knee. How low can you go? Come on, let's go a little bit more. Yes, you're feeling it into the quad. Yes, nice and slow you release. Picking up your big toe or maybe just your knee. Inhaling, coming up, and you can extend your leg out. Maybe extending your arms, so you want to make sure that you drop your left hip down. Whoops, sometimes the balance is a little bit wobbly. That happens. Nice and slow, yes. So you want to keep your hips nice and leveled. Very slowly coming back, bending into your knees. So we move into tree pose, inside of the leg. Reaching your arms up. Again, if you want to go further, maybe you can cactus your arms and look up, opening into the chest. One more breath. Nice and slow, you release. You can help your knee, releasing the leg, and we move straight away into standing splits. Reaching your leg back, aligning the hips. Slowly reaching your leg back, planting your hands, and you can go through a Vinyasa. One breath, one movement. Exhale, stretch back. Inhaling, right leg up, left leg up, sorry. Stepping forward. Sorry, that's the right leg, yes. I'm getting confused, so right leg forward. So that you can come into a twist, right hand up. So keeping your left hand into the earth. And we move into Vashisthasana, so nice and slow, easy version. You can keep your right foot by your hips, outside of the left foot on the floor, or maybe going all the way. Stacking your feet. Lifting your right leg, bending into your knee, and you can place your foot behind you if you get into a slight arch into your back, or maybe a stronger arch if you can lift your hips a little bit further. So you'll be pushing onto your right heel outside of the left foot, and you reach forward with the right hand, nice and slow, using your core muscles. You come back, planting your hands, going through a Vinyasa. One breath, one movement, last Vinyasa maybe. Stretching back, down dog. Whoo. Inhaling, left leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips, nice and slow, all control movement. Stepping forward for your warrior two. Reversing on the inhale. Next inhale, straightening your front leg. Exhale, triangle, reaching forward. Again, adjusting so that your leg is nice and straight. Maybe just keeping your hand to dangle onto the outside. Maybe taking a bind if you have a binding practice, so you can get hold of that front thigh so that you feel more opening into the shoulder, and you get back into it looking up. So again, you want to lengthen into the spine, opening into the chest. We're there for a couple of breaths, pressing the big toe out into the earth. Nice and slow, looking down for good balance. You can start bending into your front knee, placing your left fingers forward for Ardha Chandrasana. So you may be hopping a few times, or maybe just one big hop if you have that. Straightening your standing leg. Maybe still with your bind. Maybe you can lift your bottom hand to your heart, but make sure you keep reaching crown of the head forward and reaching your right heel back. So again, energizing into that top leg is always something that helps, trying to stack the hips. Nice and slow, you can release the bind, hands onto the floor, back to your standing splits. And then slowly releasing, right foot to meet the left. Bending into your knees. Maybe see if you can sit your butt to your heels, maybe still smiling. Arms forward. See if you can keep your arms forward. Maybe bringing your butt to the floor, nice and slow. Navasana, lifting your legs. Maybe legs even straight. If you can, keep pulling your heart forward. Nice and slow, we're moving into Ardha Navasana. And see if you can hold that for a few breaths. Keeping your feet off the floor, shoulders off the floor. Reactivating into the core. One breath. Exhale, release. We'll just finish off with a little back bend. Bending into the knees. Bringing your feet hip width distance apart with your heels close to your buttocks. Easy version, you can start with your palms on the floor. Exhale your breath as you inhale, pushing your hands, pushing your feet. You lift your hips right up to the sky, so you want to be feeling an arch into the back. Again, opening into the back of the heart, so you should be feeling your heart getting pushed towards your chin. Maybe interlacing your fingers, rolling your shoulders under, so that you can lift maybe a little bit more, or for those who have a full wheel practice, if you want to place your hands by your ears, you can move into your full wheel if this is not too early in the morning, making sure that if you release from your full wheel, you bring your chin back down to your chest. Otherwise you just stay there for a few breaths. Easy version. Still smiling. Nice and slow as you exhale, you release grip of the hands, rolling your spine down vertebrae by vertebrae. And you can bring your knees to your chest, giving yourself a good hug. Maybe rocking gently one side to the other, or back and forth, whatever you feel your body might need right this minute, releasing into the spine, the lower back. And then you can extend your right leg forward, heel to the floor, getting hold of your left knee with your right hand, extending left arm out in T-shaped position. Nice and slow as you exhale, you can come into a twist without pulling, just letting the knee to relax out to the side, turning your head to the left, trying to keep your right leg active in line with the spine as much as possible, so that you're not curving the spine into the twist, but you keep the spine nice and straight. Inhaling, coming back to center. Again, you can hug your knees, realigning. Maybe you can feel a little bit of a realignment in the spine as you rock back and forth. Good massage to the back, that's always good. And we take the other side, extending the left leg, going into a twist. Again, extending your right arm out, turning your head opposite to your knee, just feeling the release into the lower spine, maybe the hips outside of the leg, glutes. Just slowly winding down, letting the breath, the heart rate relax. Noticing the sensations in the body after the practice. The inhale, coming back to center. You can bring your feet flat on the floor, maybe bringing your feet mat distance apart so that you can readjust for a moment, knocking your knees together. Just taking a moment here before we move into our Shavasana to just really feel into the hips, the legs. And when you're ready, you can stretch your legs forward for your Shavasana, relaxing your knee, your feet out. Maybe adjusting the shoulders if you haven't already. Arms by your side, palms facing upwards. Maybe giving a bit of a wiggle to the hips, getting comfortable. For a few minutes of complete relaxation, Shavasana. Very important to integrate the practice. Most welcome to use a blanket if you feel you've broke a bit of a sweat, you're a little bit sweaty, it's a bit cold. And as usual, if you want to stay into your Shavasana for a little bit longer, you can maybe just switch off so that there is no sound to bother you, and get into your Shavasana for as long as you wish. Or if you're with us, just relax the breath for a moment. Eyes are closed so that you can relax completely. Letting the breath sink in. Really feeling that at the deepest level. Very slowly you can start to get some movement into the toes, fingers as you start deepening the breath. Feeling that breath at the chest. Slowly rolling onto your right side. Taking a few breaths in a fetal position. Taking the time to return to the body. Starting to get your senses back. And when you feel ready, pressing your hands into the earth. Coming to a comfortable seat with your palms together in front of your heart. As often, I invite you to really feel the breath at the heart center. Hopefully you're a bit more open into the heart. Feeling the breath a little bit deeper. Shoulders relaxed. We have another beautiful day. So you can just take lots of ample breathing so that you get some oxygen into the body. New prana, new life to continue strengthening your energy body. Tip of the thumbs to the third eye, and we bear gratitude to the divine that surrounds us and is within us. Hari Om Tat Sat. Peace, love and light. That's it for today as usual. I hope you enjoyed. So any comments, make sure that you bring some comments on whatever Facebook or the YouTube channel. Give me some comments, any requests, if there's some particular things, practices that you would like to see, or particular parts of the body that you may want to work, or different conditions, just reach out, and I'll see you soon. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Yoga Essence Institute, if you want to see more. There's lots of stuff, and I'll see you soon. Hari Om.